Good afternoon, everyone. Jo here, SportsGrid. Let's have an afternoon cup of Joe. We're going to turn to the hardwood, looking at the NBA. 3 different games that I'm looking at here. The first one, the Kings versus the Pacers. Now, I've got Zach LaVine circled in this. Since joining the Kings, he is averaging 21 points per game. And looking at his numbers versus the Pacers, well, they've been great in his career. Now, he's had 31 or more points in 4 of his last 5 versus the Pacers. His point total tonight is 20.5. So what does that mean? We gotta fire up this number. I do think he's going to be impactful for the Kings tonight. Give me him for the over 20.5 points, but then 23.5 points. If you fire it up to that, it's plus 174. If you fire it up to 25.5 points, that's plus 250 to the over, and 30 plus points at plus 600. I'm going to do a little sprinkle on each of those bets, with the main bet being over 20.5. When we look at the Nets versus the Mavericks are a 9-point favorite in this one. I do think another player's prop bet is too low. Klay Thompson here. His point total is 12.5. I will take that to the over. It's minus 104 to the over. Looking at Klay Thompson in his last 3 home games, we know how strong he's been. He's been able to put up 20 or more points in those last 3. And I do think Klay Thompson can get over the 12.5 points they only want for us. Versus the Nets. Talk the Houston Rockets versus the LA Lakers. The Lakers always burn me when I lay the points with them, so I'm not doing it here, even though I do think they should come out nice and strong, being able to get the win. Versus the Houston Rockets, I just don't like backing teams on the second night of a back-to-back. Both games out there on the road, especially off a win. The Houston Rockets have been firing offensively, though, and hitting so nicely, winning 9 of their last 10. And in the last 2 weeks, with how strong this offense has been, they've been hitting 38.6 from deep. I'm going to take the over 224.5. I'm expecting the points to come out of both of these teams. Austin Reeves here for the LA Lakers. I'll take him for 3+3s. That's coming in at plus 122. And then Jalen Green on the other side, with how strong this team's been at hitting their threes, I do think he can get 3+3s as well. That's coming in at minus 130. I would look at Thompson there for those rebounds, because we know the Houston Rockets are a great rebounding team. They're winning those offensive rebounds, getting those second chances out there. So this should be a higher scoring game, the over 224.5. Definitely my favorite bet of it. You guys all the best in all of your bets. Thanks for joining me for a cup of Joe.